Hello, hello, my beautiful lovelies. Oh my goodness, are you serious? You think I'm talking to you? Oh, you baby. I don't have a whole lot of time to do this reading today. I have to go pick up my kids from school really soon. So this is going to be a really quick, really fast reading for today. My lovely Artie is here to love on me right now. So at the time of me filming this, it is the Autumn Equinox today, September 22nd. Although this reading is going to be for the new moon in Libra that's occurring on September 25th. With the equinox, we have the start of a new season. It's the start of autumn, first day of fall. The equinox is when we can find a lot of new balance in our life, or we're being called to find new balance in our life. The equinox is when the sun and the moon are in equal amounts. You have equal amounts of day and night. Equinox, equal. Just when we have equal amounts of day and night. And I think it's really cool that it's in the sign, that the new moon that's going to be occurring is in the sign of Libra, because Libra is the sign all about finding balance in our life. Libra is the sign associated with balance. It is the keeper of the scales. Scales of justice, equality. So you're going to be seeing a lot of themes of equal and balance coming into your life, or being called into the forefront of your mind right now. So at this time, I'm just kind of doing a really quick shuffle of everything. We did have two cards come out, and they are, the first one here is the Sandpiper Spirit, which says be playful. So since we were talking about finding balance and equality within yourself, within the things that you're doing, you might have been kind of in this period of being too serious with the things that you're doing in your life. So the Sandpiper Spirit reminds you to be playful. Invite some playfulness, some creativity into your life, and find time to make play a priority for you right now. And then the second card that came out was the Crow Spirit, which says co-create with Spirit. And so I really think, yeah, a lot of you are, maybe with that, you are entering something new in your life. You're beginning to start creating something. I think with these two cards at the same time, in order to create, you have to have a certain amount of playfulness. You have to have a certain amount of, willingness to try new things, and to just really, step outside of your comfort zone right now. Be playful and co-create with Spirit. All right, Spirit, let's see what cards. Woo! Okay, that's like a whole reading right there. That's a whole reading right there. Okay, so first card we have is the Ace of Swords. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the Ten of Cups in reverse. The Seven of Wands. Seven? Yeah, Seven of Wands. The King of Pentacles. And then this one popped out on its own, but it's the Four of Cups in reverse. Okay. So right away here, that Ace of Swords, it's definitely a new something for you. New ideas, new inspirations, new pathways that you're kind of coming into at this time. And the Queen of Wands came out right after it. So definitely you're in this period of your life where you're starting to feel more sure of the path ahead of you. And Queen of Wands is a very creative, very self-assured person. They're very confident. They know what they want. And they know how to get there. They're not overbearing in the sense of, my way or the highway. but they are somebody who's not willing to, you know, be walked on. They know their worth and they know exactly what it is that they want and they know how to get it. Followed by the Ten of Cups in reverse. So I'm kind of getting this idea here that, you know what you want and you're really dead set on heading towards it, but it might not necessarily be this happy ending that you think it's gonna be. For others, you might be moving forward into this thing only to have it, you know, not maybe turn out exactly the way you thought it would. You might have had this idea in your mind of, oh yeah, we're gonna have this really beautiful, like awesome ending. We're gonna be, you know, yay, happy at the end of it. And so I feel like either you're just not there yet with this card being in reverse. Either you haven't realized the end of it, or there's still more work that needs to be done before you can fully get to this upright Ten of Cups position. That's really what I'm getting, is that you are moving on this path towards this Ten of Cups, but you just haven't quite reached it yet. You haven't reached that final destination of this path forward yet. In fact, I feel like down here with that Seven of Wands, we have that Seven of Wands and the King of Pentacles. I'm getting the sense that for that Ten of Cups, that happy ending that you're looking for, these are the two cards that are kind of indicating the areas that you still need to work on in this situation. So the Seven of Wands is, you know, really standing your ground, standing firm in your beliefs and what you think and what you feel. It does kind of come with a bit of caution, though, that you can't be too stuck in your way and defending, you know, you're defending from this position against all of these, you know, other things down here on the bottom of the card. You're defending against them. Some of you might need to kind of take a step back from that ultra defensive position. You know, you might be fighting too hard and putting too much behind it to where you're not really going with the flow of the things that are happening. You might end up being too forceful with your energy right now, which could be keeping you from kind of reaching that full, you know, harmony and realization. I don't know if you can hear them. My dogs are playing over there. They're little turds. And then we have the King of Pentacles right here. And the King of Pentacles is kind of someone who is stuck in their ways. You know, they are a very prosperous person. Pentacles are associated with money and material wealth usually. But this can also be someone who is so concerned with money and material wealth that they aren't really able to move and accept kind of new things. In fact, they might be someone who's so obsessed with the material aspect of it that they might be neglecting these other portions of themselves. I think it's really lovely. I feel like this is pretty decently balanced here. We have cards from each of the four suits. We have the swords, the wands, the pentacles, and the cups. The only card from the suits that showed up in reverse was that Ten of Cups in reverse here. So I feel like there might be an emotional aspect to this thing that you're kind of neglecting at this time. Ooh, yeah, I definitely think that that's what it is, because the other card that came out here from the beginning was this Four of Cups in reverse. And this card kind of popped out on its own right here. It wasn't really grouped with the rest of it. Ooh, yeah. So I really feel like with this Four of Cups in reverse, that you are kind of just... It might not be so much emotional neglect for yourself as it is not really wanting to accept the situation for what it is. In the upright of this card, you see here that there are these three cups that this person is fixated on. This person is sitting here kind of, you know, arms and legs crossed, kind of pouty, focused on these three cups. And right up here, it has this fourth cup. another option being materialized for this person. And they're not really aware of it or just not reaching out for it. And I feel like with this card in the reverse, I feel like you might have just rejected this alternative option that became available to you. I'm sorry if my dogs are distracting. Hey! Puppies! Hi. Hi. Oh, God. Hello. Oh. Oh, you bonked me. You bonked me. Go lay down. Okay. Go lay down. Go. Goodness. Okay. Yeah, I definitely feel as though this Four of Cups that's in reverse here, I feel like you kind of rejected this option that was brought forward to you. You kind of just crossed it off your list of like, no, that can't be what it is. That can't be right. I'm not even going to, I feel like you really crossed it off your list entirely. Like you're not even going to consider it. But I do feel like that other option, that alternative there, is kind of the key for you to turn all this around. You're still kind of fixated on those other options. You really want to go in that specific path. And I really feel like that's kind of also confirmed here with that Seven of Wands card. You are you really have your mind set on this one option. Maybe not one option, but you have it set on this particular idea. I feel like you need to be a little bit more flexible with things going on right now. All right. From my Mystic Mondays tarot deck, we have the Magician and the Ace of Cups. So you are in this place of manifestation right now, especially during this time with this new moon in Libra and the equinox happening, or just having happened. By the time you see this, the equinox will be over. But we have the Magician, and the Magician is all about creating, this whole idea of co-creating with spirit and really just coming into your personal power and your ability to manifest things for yourself right now. You are in this place of good power. I mean, we see the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the King of Pentacles from those first cards. So you have, you have a king, a queen, and then an ace here. And those are all very, very powerful cards. People who are very sure of themselves. I really do feel like you are in this place where you are confident, you are moving forward, and you are really sure of the path ahead and the way that you want to go. I do really feel like there's still that kind of the energy of just kind of being open to more options available. And the Ace of Cups kind of shows that, if you haven't realized it at this point, or if it hasn't manifested itself for you already, there will be this this option coming forward for you that is a bit more aligned with where you would like to be on that emotional level. I feel like this cup right here is kind of that cup that this card is holding right here. And actually in the Rider-Waite Tarot, that is kind of what the Ace of Cups looks like. But I feel like this is kind of your missing piece here. This Ace of Cups is going to come in for you. And you will have that missing piece there kind of brought to your attention. If it's not brought directly into your situation and your being, it's at least going to be brought to the forefront of your mind, to your attention. I feel like we need to pull a couple more from this Mystic Mondays deck. I'm going to pull just a couple more. Like I said, this is a very quick reading because I do have I got somewhere to be soon, so this is just kind of quick and dirty for me today. Okay. We had 3 cards come out. So, we have the Emperor, the Three of Cups, and the Princess of Swords in reverse. Let's see if I can show you these at the same time. There we go. Okay, so we're going to start with the Emperor and the Three of Cups. it's really funny that we were saying, you know, you have 3 and 1 here, which makes 4. I think that's kind of interesting. I like that. I feel really good about that, those numbers right there. I do feel like, you know, these 3 cups that you do have your sights set on, by themselves, they are, you know, really harmonious, and they do really work well together. I feel like mentally you are in this place where you feel like you are on the right track. With the Emperor card here, though, I feel like this kind of further confirms that you might just be being too firm, too authoritarian with these 3 cups, you know, these ideas, this harmony here that you have. 3 of Cups is usually like love and celebration, and, you know, I feel like the reason you might be so stuck on moving in this one particular direction is because it is a good idea. You know, it is something that's good. It's not, you know, I don't get the feeling that it's a negative or a wrong kind of thinking. I feel like on its own, it is something that, you know, would work. I feel like logically you're thinking through the situation and you're looking at it, well, like, yeah, you know, this situation should work like this. These puzzle pieces I've kind of put in place for myself, they should work. So why is it not working for me? And I feel like it's because you're kind of missing that extra piece. You're missing that 4th piece there that kind of really like puts you into this place of, oh yeah, here is what I really need to be doing. Here's, you know, this direction. You're coming up with all of these ideas on your own, and you're really kind of being forceful and pushing through them. And I feel like there's still something that you haven't considered yet. I feel like you're, you know, pushing so hard for these, you're kind of missing that little piece of information. Then we have the Princess of Swords in reverse. I really feel like this is trying to remind you to take a step back from do first, ask questions later. That's kind of what I'm hearing right now, is you're in this mentality right now of act now and think later. And I feel like this Princess of Swords is trying to remind you to take a step back and think a bit before you act or make any real big decisions right now. For swords are associated with air signs. Right now we have Mercury in retrograde. I don't know what sign it's in right now, though. I don't know if it's an air sign. Anyway, sorry. Mental tangent. We do have Mercury in retrograde right now, and we also have Mars retrograde in the sign of Gemini. I feel like this is more associated with Mars retrograde in Gemini for you. Mars especially is, you know, this planet that kind of gets this rap of being, you know, it's associated with the god of war, honestly. The equivalent of like Aries, and just really a little bit more masculine, like forceful, hard energy. And with it being retrograde in an air sign, you know, there's kind of a lot of chaotic things going on right now. A lot of, you know, bouncing around happening. And I feel like especially with Mars retrograde in Gemini right now, I feel like that's kind of what this card is reminding you, that for the time being, while Mars is retrograde, you kind of need to take a step back and really think about something before you act. You know, you need to take a break, pull back, and don't get too stuck on the intellectualizing of what is going on right now. Don't get too stuck on the intellectual side to the point where you are neglecting your emotional side. Kind of like we were saying earlier, you know, these 2 Cups cards are in reverse. Cups are associated with your emotions, your feelings, just kind of allowing the universe to flow through you. And I feel like all of that flow is just kind of blocked. You haven't made space for, you know, that other side of you, that doesn't need to be you know, you're trying to kind of hush your emotions on it a little bit instead of really taking to account, you know, not just the intellectual side of the problem and the situation that you're facing, but you need to take into account your feelings as well too, and not just, you know, pushing through what's right and what's good on paper, but also making sure that you take care of yourself too. So anyway, thanks for joining me for this really quick reading today. I know I haven't been doing readings as much lately. I've just been super busy with family life and just doing a lot. I am going to be trying to make time to do these more often, although they might be more quick style like this. I feel like quick is a little bit easier to watch. So, anyways, thanks for joining me today, you guys, and I really look forward to talking to you again soon. Thanks.